guys, welcome back to Rockford Ordnance. I'm Chris, and we got something cool to show you today. I have had, well, let me tell you this. Over the years, you guys know I'm an AK guy, but everybody's got to have an AR. And I've had a couple over the years. My first one was a Stag. Bought that on a whim one day with my son and my father-in-law. I've had a Smith & Wesson M&P, and a while back I had bought this Aero Precision, not the AR, but the upper, lower, and handguard came as a kit, and had bought that because I had always wanted to have an OD green AK, and saw this at a shop one day, and I guess Aero Precision does a custom builder's kit every month, from what I understand, and they can be all different Cerakote patterns, camo, battle worn, acid etch, all kinds of things. So I had seen this and thought it was cool and bought it, put it away, forgot about it for a long time, and then had a lot of takeoff parts, different stocks and stuff from different AK builds that I had changed up, and like this sight came off of the M&P AR. This came off AK. The grip was a takeoff from the Stag. Just a bunch of different stuff laying around, and thought I'm going to put a rifle together. And I think the main consideration was I wanted to build a rifle for 3-gun because I wanted to try shooting that. And I thought, well, I'd like to shoot my AKs, but you know, you got to have an AR, it seems to be. So anyhow, I pulled this out and thought I'm going to put this together. So the builder's kit is not just their normal forged receiver. This is called their M4E1 receiver, upper and lower, and it's still a forged receiver, but it looks like a billet receiver. They do a flared mag well, which is not just aesthetic, you know, it makes it easier for inserting mags. They angle some stuff. Instead of being rounded here on the forward assist, they do some angle cuts and whatnot. They changed the bosses around some of the things like the mag release and whatnot, and it really looks nice. It gives it a high-end billet look for not a lot of money. Some other neat things. This is a match set receiver. They do a tensioning screw in it, so you get no wobble at all between the upper and lower. Unlike some other receivers, they do some really innovative stuff. Everybody seems to stress when they're building their lower and worrying about scratching it when putting in the roll pin for the bolt release. You know, I've seen guys tape up the receiver and everything. Guys, it's not that hard. You know, first of all, if you're putting in just a regular roll pin, don't even stress it. Get the right tool. Spend $3 and get a roll pin drift, and you won't have to worry about slipping off of it and scratching your receiver. Or you can get an Aero Precision, and instead of a roll pin, it's tapped, and there's a set screw in there. So you just lay your mag release in there, put the set screw in there, and you're done. No risk of scratching it. The upper pretty much comes assembled with the dust cover already in place, and again, for the forward assist, instead of a roll pin, they put a set screw, and maybe you can see it right there. So it works out pretty neat. There's not much to do. They even tap the channel, the drill hole for the rear pin detent. Doesn't come with a set screw in there, but you can put one in, and that way when you take your buffer tube off, the spring and detent don't go flying, which I actually had happen, I think, while I was building this. I found the detent, but the spring is somewhere in the shop here, God only knows. Anyhow, so let's get to the build. I said I wanted to build a lightweight build, and that started off with the receiver, the upper, lower, and handguard. This handguard is one of their Atlas models, and it's an Atlas S1. They also make the R1, the difference being the R1 has the pick rail, goes all the way across. Well, the S1 was a better choice because you just have pick rail here and here, saves a little bit of weight. Either way, the thing is a feather. I mean, it weighs nothing. So we had the basis for a solid lightweight rifle. Well, what's the next thing that weighs the most when you build a rifle? That's the barrel. So for a barrel, we went with a Faxon. It is their pencil profile barrel. You know, a lot of guys think, oh, you get too much whip, this and that. I don't believe it. Not true. This barrel weighs 19 ounces. That's it. Incredible barrel. It's nitrided outside and inside. It's a 1 1/8 twist. I went with a 16-inch barrel and with a mid-length gas tube, and just a super lightweight way to go. After shooting this thing, it's accurate as could be. Went with a Superlative Arms adjustable gas block, also super light, and with the pencil barrel, that's a .625 diameter on the gas block. So again, lighter there too. So that took care of the barrel pretty much, and most of the weight. The builder's kit also came with the steel barrel nut. Came with that, so everything went together super easy. Torqued it down and everything. The other thing I did to lighten this thing up, take a look inside here. Let me drop the mag out of this thing. The other thing I did was I went with a lightweight bolt carrier. As you can see, anything extra has been taken out of this thing. Super lightweight. I think this is Brownell's. And again, just adds to it being super lightweight. No problems with any wear, anything like that. But with that weight being changed, that's why we went with the adjustable gas block. Number one, I could tune it for the difference in weight from a mil-spec carrier. Number two, we could lighten the recoil with it. Went with a standard M4 carbine buffer. Just a cheapie, you know, nothing special there. Just a cheapie plate and castle nut. Did find an OD green tube for it, a buffer tube, and we went with a Hogue stock that I had laying around. This actually was on an AK that I had, that I was doing all OD green stuff on a standard black AK, and had changed it up, so ended up bringing that stuff all over to this rifle. So back end went together for basically free, just extra parts. The grip was a takeoff from my Stag when I had put a Hogue grip on that years ago. The fire control group is just a standard CM, whatever it is, CMPI or something like that. Anyways, just standard. But for a standard fire control group, it's really nice. They actually color code everything going in. They all come in different bags for the different parts to build your upper. So that went together super easy. The charging handle is Strike Industries. It's just the enlarged handle so you can grab it easier. Standard Magpul M-Bus backup sights. Got those. This Holosun came off of the Smith & Wesson M&P that I had. It is their, what is it, their HS510C. And I found that on sale somewhere, oh God, it had to be a local shop or something, a couple of years ago when it first came out. And got it super cheap, and I needed a sight for that one, and it worked out well on here. So my Smith & Wesson doesn't have a sight right now, but this one does. We put a bad lever on it just because I like them, and we also put the retaining things for the pins so they don't spin. Mag pull forward grip. And one thing I really like is this Krebs custom IMS system. I was actually over at Krebs shooting another video for something totally unrelated. And because I trust Mark's opinion, I asked him, you know, what I should use for a muzzle device on this. And I had just a standard A2 bird cage on this. And he said, well, try our IMS system. And I said, oh, I didn't know you made stuff for ARs. And he brought this over, and it's nothing short of magnificent. So if you watched my video on it, it basically, if I can get it off here, hold on one second. It's basically, well, a 4-part system. It's a flash hider, and you put the flash hider on like any other device. I used a crush washer, and you time it, you know, so this detent pin, it's got a detent pin similar to the front of an AK. And you time it so that's straight up and down on the barrel. And it's a 4-prong flash hider. This flash hider, by the way, does a magnificent job. I mean, it's blacker than black. You don't even see any flash at all. You may get a spark of some unburnt gunpowder or something, but no flash whatsoever. Magnificent device. It also comes with a compensator, so you can just screw this on and it aligns with the 4-prong, but the bottom is closed, so it compensates for barrel rise. Now, you want to go one step further, you get his titanium muzzle brake. So you can have the flash hider, the compensator, the muzzle brake, or Liberty Suppressors makes a suppressor that'll go on. Obviously, I don't have a suppressor. But in full disclosure, Krebs gave me this to try out and said if you like it or don't like it, do a video on it and you can have it. So that didn't cost me nothing either. All in all, it's a very accurate rifle. It's unbelievably soft shooting. That Superlative Arms gas block, we adjusted it per their instructions. We closed it all the way, which is fully clockwise all the way in, fired a shot. So that's like it being closed off. It's like a bolt action. Didn't cycle, didn't anything, just boom, one shot. Didn't eject the shell. And then we started opening it, I think 2 clicks at a time until it locked the bolt back. So it would fire a couple of times. It fired and ejected, but didn't lock the bolt back. So we kept going, and once it locked the bolt back, we knew it was cycling fully. It wasn't short stroking. Then you open it up one more click, just to give you a little safety margin there. You know, if your ammo's a little softer than others, or temperature conditions or whatever, you know it's going to cycle. As I shot it more, I found I could turn the gas block down 1 click one day. and I was doing that, I was shooting, it was just fine. Well, I show up to my first 3-gun match, and it's like 30, 40 degrees colder, and I didn't think nothing of it. I get out to shoot, and the gun's not cycling. So I learned my lesson there. Don't turn the gas block down. Keep it at that extra click. What I can't seem to get right on this gas block is the first 4.5 complete turns open. It measures how much gas you're restricting. Once you get to 4.5 turns open, it's fully open. If you go further out from there, instead of restricting the gas, it's supposed to bleed it off through a little bleed hole. Well, by that thinking, you could open it all the way clockwise, you'd be bleeding off all the gas, right? It still runs. So I don't get it. I don't think that portion of it's working. Maybe it's clogged. Maybe that's how it's supposed to be. But it doesn't seem right to me. If any of you guys have an answer to that, let me know. I don't know why at fully open it wouldn't bleed all the gas off and not cycle. I figured I'd go all the way open, it wouldn't cycle, and then I'd start going clockwise to tune it. But all the way open, it still ran. So, you know, that tells me it's supposed to be bleeding off all the gas at that position. So it shouldn't run, but it did. So I don't know. I don't know what the deal is there. But yeah, all in all, it came out great. If you got any questions about any of the components we put in it or anything, let me know. It's a cool looking rifle. I thought a regular GI steel mag looked best in it. Just for some reason it gave me an old school feel while being new school. I don't know, just did. Maybe it's the OD green. You know, it's just green with black touches, and I thought it's just a classy looking nice rifle for grab a heap of parts and put it together kind of thing, you know. But yeah, love it. The Hogue stock is as light as a minimalist. I got a minimalist off my what is it, my Bulgarian AK, my Arsenal, and I was going to put that on it. And in fact, it's here because it's supposed to be the lightest. But I had this green one laying around, and I thought, the green looks cool, so I'll put that on. But I shoot it with this too. Tell me which one you like better. I don't know. The black looks pretty good on it too, but something about that green, I don't know. I like it. Like I said, accurate, lightweight, super low recoil. Jake, my buddy you see in some of the videos, he shot it, and he hated ARs. He said he shot this AR first before he had shot other ones. He'd still be in love with ARs today. Matter of fact, he wants to build one just like it. He's that impressed with it. It's just, it came together kind of on purpose, but by accident, because the parts being, you know, donated and spares and whatnot. But man, it just works. It works all the way around. It's just a phenomenal build for dirt cheap. Can't say enough about it. I'll put a little footage in here of shooting it, and you'll see the recoil. It's nothing. Even my little nephew shot it and loved it, so maybe he'll want one too. But I got a feeling we're going to be seeing a few more similar looking builds like this between friends and family, because they all like it. But I really got to say, the top cherry on the top is this muzzle brake. I think that really made it all come together and just make it shoot. It makes it shoot phenomenally. I think it looks cool too, sticking off the front, and it doesn't. You know, the gun still handles real well with it. It's super light. It's titanium. So let me know what you think. Let me know your experiences with any of these products. If you want any information on them, let me know what you think. I'm dying to know. This is our first foray into building an AR. And see, we're not just all about AKs. We're a little bit about everything. So we're going to have some interesting stuff coming your way. Stay tuned. As always, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you soon. Rockford Ordnance out.